Let's go!
Efficient, effective, aggressive, confident in the pocket. Some stuff we can work on, but he's doing good.
Should Jaxson Dart start over Russell Wilson? Let's dive into the tape from his preseason debut, baby. Dart did an excellent job just getting the easy stuff early, somewhat like Shedeur Sanders yesterday. Really good stuff. If you want to see our Shedeur film study, it is linked down below. Pitch and catch, Tre'Davious White of LSU comes up and makes a really good tackle here. One of my favorite things about Dart's game is his guile and creativity when it comes to breaking tackles. You saw this at Ole Miss. You get some edge pressure really coming from both sides. It gets picked up from the left but not the right, and he's able to evade the blitzer, and obviously this turned into a medicine ball, but it's better than a sack. Third down. Holy crap. I really like this from Jaxson Dart. If Greg Dulcich could just get out of his freaking route, goodness gracious. Looks like he's running this in quicksand because Dart does step up, anticipates that this window is going to be open. I need Dulcich out of this break, looking for the football right here on this third and short. Honestly, all things considered, the process was fine. The ball could have been better for sure, but ugh. So I'm going to be fair to Jaxson Dart here, because I need the all-22 to for sure see if this deep over was actually indeed open. This is a Yankee-ish concept that you like to run out of heavy personnel. You have a vertical here, and then the over is replacing this vertical. So the hope is that this deep post is occupying this deep safety who you don't see, and your job right here is to hit this deep over. So it depends on where the safety actually was. Dart completed a lot of these flood-ish types of variations where, you know, you're hitting the secondary level and you're hoping the vertical clear out opens this space. And I do need the all-22. I'm very curious to see if this is there. Now, if he didn't throw this football because the corner backed up here, if that's the reason, then this ball needs to be in the flat, right? So what Dart decides to do is step up. Once again, he's really good at avoiding these disaster kind of sacks. This isn't the worst thing in the world, but there should have been a completion on this play somewhere. So Dart dumped off a really nice running back screen. We won't show you that. It was really good stuff from the QB. And now we get another simple completion right here, and we get back-to-back first downs. You know, this ball was a little short-armed. Obviously, we want this to be hit on his upfield shoulder. It's a little bit behind him, but 80, I believe he's out of Samford. Shout out Alabama. Look at this. Shake and bake. Oh, are you kidding me? Bulldogs. He actually had freaking the Miracle Man right here seeing the Holy Ghost. Holy crap. DeMar Hamlin's a really good player. He gets shook, and he steps out of bounds. Oh, man, Turf Monster got him anyway. What a run after the catch. So this is the weirdest thing for me as a part of the Dart pre-draft process, because I do believe his rushing ability was actually overrated. I think they did the QB run game way too much at Ole Miss, and I'm actually a big fan of the QB draw out of 5 wide, but you'll see right here, Ole Miss did a lot of this, and the right guard just gets absolutely pulverized right here by 90, and this slows Dart down enough to where he can't really take advantage of this rush lane, and this QB draw doesn't go really for anything at all. Dart, actually, I say that, Dart falls forward for a nice little 4-ish 5-yard gain. So we're about to show you Jaxson Dart's touchdown pass, but one thing the main highlight clips are not showing you is this interceptable ball that was deflected up into the air. 44 should have had this. And man, this is some special, I mean special quarterback play right here by Jaxson Dart. There's no questioning his deep ball accuracy. The go ball was a very profitable play in the Ole Miss offense. Right guard gets abused again by 90, and Dart, while he's getting absolutely positively mauled right here, throws a dime. I mean, look at that ball location, y'all. Are you kidding me? To the Texas Longhorn, best name ever, Lil Jordan Humphrey. First and East Rutherford. Oh my goodness, 63. I'm not even going to say his name. Just got abused, and Jaxson Dart's performance was heavily affected by it. Offensive line's a weak link game, so if you have one really bad player, it just throws all of it off, right? So this is immediate pressure right up the middle in the A-gap. That's the worst type of pressure. This is honestly read pretty well right here by Jaxson Dart, and there's just nothing he can do, right? With the guy right in the A-gap, he's batting that down every single time. Third and Astoria. And honestly, the running back screen game was massive for the Giants, and this one makes a lot of sense. If your guys can't block what they have up front, just throw the football. A very dangerous screen pass. 94 was able to read it, but Dart has really feathery touch to his game. And, man, the RBs after the screen was really the most impressive thing on this Giants offensive tape. They continue to make plays. All right, let's get to this play. And ironically, this reminds me of Russell Wilson. When he played, he was just the absolute best at manipulating a pocket and extending a play with his legs. And holy crap, everything is just covered. So now this pocket is collapsing. So Dart rolls out to the right side. And one thing I really, really, really like about Jaxson Dart's game, and this is going back to his Ole Miss days, one of the more overrated things you could do as a quarterback is roll out to the right or to the left. What's good is when you wiggle a little bit back here and then just get vertical. It is amazing how much that jars a defensive line. And look, he's able to create a rush lane basically out of nothing right there. I can't wait to get the end zone angle to really show you how impressive this actually was. And Dart is able to finagle his way out of here for an explosive rushing gain. Really, really, really good stuff. Now, obviously, when you have a first down and you're this far upfield, we don't want you taking these hits, right? So this needs to be a slide down or just give yourself up. Now, we get to the most fascinating player in this preseason game. It's Dalen Cambry out of St. Thomas More, Louisiana Lafayette. Are you kidding me? 337 stand up. This guy played 63 college games and only caught 10 passes. He's trying to make it as a special teams ace, but they have him out here playing receiver, and you can see why he's a special teams ace, right? This football is actually not that poorly placed right here by Jaxson Dart. It's just he's throwing to a receiver who has caught 10 career passes. But I'm rooting for him because I myself am from Louisiana. It's just crazy, though, how specialized the NFL can be. So this is some really, really, really good stuff right here from the Giants. You're thinking that this is a running back screen to the bottom. But if you see man-to-man coverage, you want to throw this football on the in-breaker. Shedeur had a very similar play where he actually should have thrown the ball into the flat. But, man, look at that. Easy pitch and catch. Now, with Jaxson Dart, you have to take the good and the bad. You know, Ole Miss was such an explosive play offense that matriculating the football down the field is something that Dart didn't do a whole lot of. I mean, they did it some. Obviously, every team does. But this is the NFL, right? Continuously hitting just open guys in the flat, and this was just as bad of a misfire as you'll see. So we get to this 3rd and 7, and, well, after this misfire, you could see Brian Daboll on the sideline not too happy with Jaxson Dart here. This ball still should have been caught. It's not the worst ball location. In fact, it's not bad per se because you're protecting the defender from the hit, but it is low and just not great. Second and Central Park here. Man, this time the protection does hold up. 63, who was struggling earlier, makes a really good block right here on 99. And, well, Dart kind of drifts into some pressure right here on the right side, but he does eventually step up into a really good pocket right here and hits a deeper in-breaker over the middle, okay? And he's able to just squeeze this football in here. The thing is if he's able to catch this and run with it, he's probably making the safety miss, and it's a lot more profitable. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but it's still a really good throw and really good catch. There's very few college quarterbacks I've ever seen throw smash better than Jaxson Dart, and this is really, really, really sexy stuff. So you have a vertical here, and you have an over being run behind this vertical, and then you have a running back being run into, or a tight end kind of leaking into the flat. So Jaxson Dart, if you see this corner crash down here, or this outside defender, it's not a corner. If you see the flat defender crash down here, we want to throw the second level intermediate. That's if 5, the special teamer, can hold the deep corner, and that is really good stuff. This is sexy offensive design and an easy throw for Jaxson Dart. Bang, hits him pretty well, and it's a first down. Good quarterbacking right here from Jaxson Dart. They try to basically run the same thing to the bottom, but there is a safety you don't see on this deep hash, and this time they have everything covered right here. So the vertical, and then the secondary, and then the leaking flat. So Dart pump fakes it, and honestly, in this spot, you don't really even need to pump. I mean, this is just isn't going to be there. This could be a little quicker here to check down back to the running back, but still, the thought process is really, really, really good right here from Dart, and he gets it to his running back. And another piece of this is you have 3 timeouts left in this 2-minute drill, and your RBs have done a really good job making guys miss. And guess what? You're falling forward for some extra yards right here. All right, 3rd and medium. Once again, the thought process here is fine. Bills decide to get a little bit more aggressive. As a quarterback, you should know in this spot that there is a lot of sack equity, right? We want to push them back further to where they don't, where we make that field goal that much tougher, and we get a sack as well. It takes away their ability to go for it on 4th down, and you get the football back. So more than likely, they're going to sack in 3rd and medium, or try and blitz on 3rd and medium to get that sack. So you know that your protection isn't really going to hold up too well against this, but guess what? It actually does. You also know if they're going to blitz like this, you're probably going to get man-to-man on this side. So why not work the slot versus this nickel defender, all right? And 80, who had a really good half, has him out-leveraged, and this throw, once again, I would need the all-22 to really see it, needs to be better, okay? It just does. It did seem in this game, and Dart's arm isn't special, but there were a lot of balls that just faded, right, for whatever reason. And this ball you could see is just a wobbled duck, and 80 had separation. If we're throwing this to the sideline, he's catching it and probably running out of bounds for a first. And, man, you could make a case that this, and I didn't get another replay of this, you could make a case that this right here is pass interference. Yeah, he did get there early. He's not really playing the ball, but they're not going to call that in particular on the road. Another thing you could definitely make a case for here, and obviously you don't want to take a sack, so this is just something for the future. If you see blitzes from the middle backers, and this one's a little bit more delayed, you know that this intermediate middle is going to be open. So shallow drags are very good options, especially with the switch release. So this is a really, really good man beater versus this. So if we're working this shallow drag, there's no telling what actually happens right here after the catch. I mean, what is happening? I mean, you're probably getting inside the red zone at the very least. So let me know what you guys think of Jaxson Dart. Like I said, in the pre-draft process, I wasn't the biggest fan. The only quarterback that I had a bona fide first-round grade on was Cam Ward, and believe it or not, Shedeur actually did become my second favorite quarterback in the process, and I was labeled a Shedeur hater. You could see from our film study that we did on Shedeur last night. But dang, Dart looked really, really, really good in this preseason performance. And honestly, with the Giants' schedule looking the way that it does, if Russell struggles at all, Dart, who took the first team reps, these second team reps ahead of Jameis here, he's going to need to play, right? Especially if you use first-round draft capital on him. So let me know what you guys think, Giants fans. Should Jaxson Dart actually start week 1? The answer to that is no. Let's see what Russ and our guy Malik Nabers can do, and we'll talk to you soon. It is Power Hour NFL Boom tonight. We're doing New York strips for the Giants. Let's go.